The false card you have your past is the King of Swords. Okay, so look at this king's face. He's super, super serious. He looks really angry. He looks like your grandfather. I don't know what your grandfather looks like, but he looks like a grandfather. I don't know what your grandfather looks like. A grumpy grandfather, that's what he looks like. And he looks really serious. He means business. And I think this is how life's been for you lately, very serious. And it's because it had to be serious. You had a lot of commitments, a lot of responsibilities, I think. And, you know, you can be a bit of a fun-loving person. You can be fun, you're very jokey, especially around the workplace. I can see you kind of joking around the workplace. You really lighten up the room, actually, for a lot of people. But lately, yeah, you've been really quiet, or a bit quieter than usual anyway. You've just had a lot going on in your head, I think. And yeah, you have a lot more responsibilities than you used to have. Certainly this time last year, definitely a few years ago, a lot more now than you had. You definitely have more financial responsibilities, and it's been difficult, but you have stepped up. This is a little bit strange. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bit of mirroring going on here. It feels like someone was mirroring the past, or someone was mirroring your past, or what you used to be like. Okay, I hope this is going to make sense. I'll try and articulate what I'm seeing. I hope this is going to make some sense to you. Okay, I think at one time you weren't as responsible as you are now. You know, you had a bit of fun. You didn't take things very seriously at that time. And there's someone around you now. I think this is a love connection. I think you're in a relationship with this person. And you really do love this person. But I think they're acting how you used to act. A bit irresponsible, a bit silly, a bit kind of happy-go-lucky. They're not very reliable, I don't think. There are a lot of little things that kind of add up that they do with this kind of irresponsible behaviour, adding up to kind of a big headache for you. So, you know, things like maybe they're not on time, they might not be doing what they promised that they're going to do. That's a siren. Here comes the warning. So I'm picking up on a lot of silence as well. It feels like they're not, you know, sometimes it feels like they're not there, like you call them and they don't answer you, or they don't answer their phone, they turn it off, or they disappear. So there's that kind of silence. And also it feels like sometimes, you know, you ask them things and they just don't answer. It's really frustrating if that's what's happening, very frustrating. It's like, you know, you ask and you ask and you ask. And you know, it feels like you're tired of hearing yourself actually repeating the same thing, asking them over and over. And you know, the thing is, most of the time they're great to be around, they're fun, you know, just like you are at your heart. And you know, I think they'd be fine if you didn't have any responsibilities, but you do, and they do as well. So you know, you don't like being serious all the time. You don't like being like this king. You don't like having to be, you know, the bad cop all the time. But someone has to be the grown-up here. Someone has to. And yeah, a lot of frustrations here. There is attraction. You know what? There's attraction here and there's love here between you. There really is. Definitely. There's definitely attraction. But, you know, I think some of that attraction's getting a bit lost, of course, because of this dynamic between you and because of the frustration. If you're frustrated with someone, of course, you're going to lose some attraction for them. So, but there is a lot of love here. There is a lot of love here. Okay, so the next card you have your past is the Emperor. Yeah, another really serious, bossy man here. So, you know, I think you've changed. You've changed from being a really fun-loving, easygoing person to this kind of grumpy boss. Don't be angry. I'm not saying you're like that all the time, and you're not. And you don't want to be like that. But I just think, because of the circumstances, you've had to be like that. And you know, you're just so exasperated by this easygoing person that you're with, and you're just finding yourself turning into this grumpy boss, and you don't mean to. That's what I'm getting. You don't want to, and it feels very uncomfortable as well, because, you know, again, it's not you. It's not you. It goes against your nature to be like this. You're not like this by nature, and yeah, the big thing I'm seeing so far is that, you've stepped up to your responsibilities and they haven't. And because they haven't, it's turning you into this person that maybe you don't really like so much. So I think some of the stress that's in your life right now, or that was at this time, and I think it's still there now, there's a lot of practical stress around you as well, that's separate from this person. So all of those practical things, they're going to pass soon. I'm seeing two specific things here that are bothering you practically. There's one situation that's around money. It might be that you're having to pay extra for something, or it might be that you're earning a little bit less at the moment for some reason. That's going to change if that resonates. I'm also seeing you having to visit someone a lot, or you're running around helping them. Maybe you're driving around picking up things for them and bringing things to them. They're not able to do things for themselves right now. I don't know, maybe they're not well, or maybe there's something else happened. So you're kind of having to run around. I'm seeing you picking them up, taking things to them, helping them. So there's that as well. So that's adding a stress to you as well. So these two situations, I think they are going to change for you soon, probably over the next few weeks. So that should ease a lot of this stress that you have. But the fact is, there are stresses in life. It's normal. There are stresses in life, and you need to be able to rely on the person you're with when you're experiencing stress. And you haven't been able to do that. That's the big thing I'm getting there, and that's the big thing that has to be addressed. Okay, so the last card you have, you passed the Fool. Yeah, what can I say? I'm not saying they're a fool. I'm not saying that, but I think one of the reasons why this bothers you so much is, apart from the practical things, which are separate from this love connection, I keep on seeing that your life used to be a lot more fun than it is now. You had a lot less responsibilities at one time. And I think looking back, when you look back on this time, things just seemed a lot simpler, a lot easier. And I think maybe you were looking at them, your partner, and you were thinking something like, well, you're living that life now. Why are you able to live this life of fun and messing around and playing around and whatever, and I've got this life of responsibility? And I think that's showing you what you're missing in your life now, a bit of fun. So maybe this is a signal for you to try and eliminate as much stress as you can and do some more fun things. That doesn't mean they shouldn't step up. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, oh, just leave them be and let them do things and you just have more fun in your life and that'll fix everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's another thing that you need to think about, because ultimately we can't change people. People can change, but the change has to come from them. You can ask them and they might change. They might pick up on that and they might think about that and they might change. But you really need to look at yourself as well and what's lacking. Excuse me. Sorry about that. There's just a lot for you to think about here. And the difficult thing, I think, and it's also a beautiful thing, of course, is that you love them and you care about them. And at their heart, I actually think they're a lot like you. You're very, very similar. It's just that you've changed a little bit because of these responsibilities. But I think at your heart and at their heart, you're both quite fun-loving people. And I think that's what you miss in your life. So I think being upset with them, being frustrated with them, that's one thing. And then that's kind of reminding you of what your life used to be like as well. So there's a lot of kind of mixed up feelings in there. So that's just what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Four of Swords. Yeah, what this is showing me is that this really, really stressful time where you're physically running around after this person you're helping, and you have this financial struggle as well. Again, this is telling me that's going to pass. This is confirming that for you again. So you are going to get some rest from that stress. The other thing is, I've seen this in your readings before. Okay, this time of year, even though it's coming up to your birthday, this is a really, really difficult time of year for you. This is what I'm seeing. You know, the end of the year, November, December, January as well, I think. They're very difficult months for you. I think it's because there's some kind of memory that happened around this time of year. I think there's that. And I also think it's, you know, the darkness and all of that as well that happens at this time of year. So two things there that might be affecting you. But there is a memory here. And I think, you know, whatever happened, whatever this memory is about, yeah, I think that marked the end of this innocent time. It's kind of tying in with what I'm seeing in your past, because you had this innocent time and then something happened and it was quite serious, and that marked the end of that innocent time in your life, and then things felt a lot heavier for you after that. So that's what happened, I think. And you're having this memory at this time of year of what happened at that time, if that makes sense. So that kind of turning point. So, you know, so what that's telling me is this is more than that. It's more than just looking back and remembering a more carefree time. It's a lot deeper than that. I think you do literally wish sometimes that you could go back in time. But, you know, the message in this card is, you know, this is about rest. So just take it as easy as you can at this time of year. Just be kind to yourself as much as you can. Take care of yourself. Again, it feels like I'm getting this again. It's coming up again. There are two halves in your life. Before this incident, before this very sad incident that's giving you this memory where things were lighter, and then after the incident where things became a lot heavier for you. Very heavy. You know, it just makes me want to give you a hug, but I can't do that. I wish I could. Very sad, and you're remembering all this, and it's because it's this time of year. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Six of Wands. Sorry, not the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords. I don't know why I'm saying that. So, yeah, the Six of Swords. So, yeah, this is turning into quite a heavy reading, I know that. But, yeah, what I'm seeing here is, obviously this is about getting away. So, and it's also about rescuing someone and escaping. So, okay, I'm seeing a conversation here. I'm seeing a conversation in this card. And it feels like a release. It feels like a stress release. So, you know, it might be that you're offloading a lot of this stress that's here, a lot of these burdens to someone. I'm seeing a few different conversations. So it might be that you had a few different conversations with one person, or it might be that you had conversations with different people. And yeah, there's confiding. So there's confiding, offloading your problems. Now, okay, this is what I'm seeing. I think someone's been listening to you. I think they really, really care about you, actually. They're concerned for you. They're concerned for all the stress that's around you. I actually think they might be developing feelings for you. Someone who's been listening to you, someone who's been talking to you, and you've been offloading problems to them. That's what I'm seeing. They're developing some feelings for you. If you look at this card, this woman's obviously in this boat. She's getting away from a situation, and this man's helping her, and he's steering her in the right direction. So I think someone wants to rescue you from your problems, rescue you from this situation, and I think they want to rescue you from the relationship that you're in now, if this is all resonating. So, you know, you do have problems. You do have problems in your relationship, but you love them. I'm seeing that everywhere. So no matter how you feel, you do want to sort this out. You don't want to run away from them. You absolutely don't. So I don't think you're going to do this when they approach you. And I think they are going to approach you probably within the next week or so. I think they are going to come and talk to you, I think. But you know, you do have a lot of love for your partner. I keep on feeling that everywhere. And if anything, I think when this comes up, when they talk to you, it might be a bit of a catalyst for you to start really working on these issues that you have with this love connection. Because I think you're going to start to think, well, you know, when they approach you and say, you know, I really have feelings, or whatever they say, you might think, well, no, I don't want this. I want to be with this person I'm with. And so this is kind of a bit of a wake-up call. So now, what am I going to do about this? So actually, it might be a good thing for you. But yeah, that's just what I'm seeing with that card. So, okay, so the last card you have your presence, the Moon. Yeah, this is a really introspective card. It's about deep thoughts, deep feelings. It can be dreams as well. Yeah, I keep on seeing these conversations and offloading your problems, because this dog and this wolf, they look like they're having a conversation. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, I'm getting a bit of a warning here as well. Just be careful of where you're having these conversations. Make sure they're private conversations. Just be careful that people aren't listening in. There might be a bit of talk or even some gossip going on. There's nothing wrong with confiding in people or offloading or whatever you're doing, but just be mindful of who you're speaking to and where you are when you have these conversations, and who else might be around you. Make sure they're private, and yeah, just be really careful about who you're speaking to. I don't want to make you feel paranoid, but I am seeing something like that around this. People listening, people wanting to know what's happening, what you're talking about. So, I just want to make sure that the wrong people don't pick up on this, because if they do and they start gossiping or whatever, they're going to create even more stress and drama for you, and you don't need that right now. You don't need it anyway, but I just feel as if I need to protect you, really. So, so just be careful around that. So, okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Six of Cups. Yeah, this is interesting. Wow, this is quite deep. This is a very deep reading. This is a really beautiful card. It's very innocent. It can be about, reunions, nostalgia. It can be about looking back to old times. And I think you'll be doing that a lot in this reading. But this is another thing that you're looking back on, I think. Okay, it's a bit strange. There's a sad feeling around this, even though this is quite a positive card. I'm getting dreams here, dreams about the past. The Moon card can also be about dreams as well. And yeah, this is heavy. So I'm actually seeing you having dreams. I'm seeing you waking up in the night. You might be feeling a bit upset. And I'm really feeling this. It's not very good. It's a bad feeling, a horrible feeling in your stomach. When you wake up in the night, and I think you might say to yourself, oh, go away to this horrible feeling. Go away, go away. I want this to pass. It does pass. So I think you're having these dreams. Sometimes you remember them and you're like, oh, you remember these things. And sometimes you don't remember them, but you wake up and you have the feeling. And I think that's what the feeling is. It's like you've had a dream and you haven't remembered the dream, and it's giving you that feeling. Now, yeah, I am getting something quite specific here. So, and people have been reminding me to say whatever I see, whether it's strange or not. So, whatever it is. So, yeah, I've been doing that a lot more. So I'm going to do that here. So I'll tell you exactly what I'm seeing. There's a dream that you've been having. It's about a time in your past. I think it's something like a holiday. It's a time that you've had away. There's a lot of innocence around this. So it might be somewhere like, might be Disney, or it might be a park, a theme park. It's somewhere that's really playful, somewhere that's very innocent, somewhere where there's children. Now, I think you were at this place, or you had a holiday or a nice time like that, an innocent time, with someone that you do miss. Maybe you were a child at that time, or maybe you just had an innocent, fun time with this person and you're remembering that, and maybe that's what these dreams are about. You really miss someone. Maybe they're not on this earth anymore. Now, because if you look at this card on the left-hand side, there's a man walking away. So someone left, or maybe they left this earth after you had this nice time with them. And that's a memory that you treasure with this person. So, and I think after this person left, however they left, I do think they're not on this earth. So if it was something like that, maybe that was a turning point in your life when this thing happened. And I think what's happening is you might be reliving this, you're remembering this time with them, you're having dreams about this. And so if you are going through this, firstly, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. And even though this is very hurtful, I can see that. I just want to say that I'm picking up on a lot of love here. It feels really warm. It feels really positive. It feels like love. So if this resonates, whoever this is, they love you. They want to bring warmth to you. They don't want you to be feeling like this. They don't want you to be having this horrible feeling. They want to bring love to you. They want to bring relief to you from this. So if you have this again in the future, if you wake up in the night with this feeling, just think about this. Just think that this person loves you, and they want to give you this warmth. They want to give you this love, and they want to alleviate any pain that you have. So that's what I'm seeing. And I just keep on saying this. I keep on seeing this. I'm sorry. They love you. They love you. So just keep that in mind. There is love there. There's light there. And there's a lot of warmth there. So, I don't mean to hurt anyone. I absolutely don't mean to do that. I don't want to upset anyone. That's just what I'm seeing. And I promised that I would say if I saw anything like this. So I am. And I won't say any more about that. But yeah. Okay, so very specific, I know. So the next card you have for your future is the High Priestess. Okay, so I'm looking at these two cards. I'm seeing them together. Well, I'm seeing a lot of... Okay, that's really interesting. I know you can't see this. You might be able to see it on camera. Something just went past when I was just talking about that dream. Okay, I don't know. I might just be seeing things. Anyway, so yeah. These two cards, I'm looking at them together, the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess. They're really talking about a similar thing to me in this reading. So, okay, so with this love connection, the High Priestess can be about secrets, keeping things to yourself sometimes, and the Knight of Wands can represent someone who's in and out a bit, out of control a bit. He can be a bit of a player, he goes from one person to another one, comes in and out of love, all of that kind of thing. So I think you might be worrying, because I see a bit of this in the Fool card as well. You might be worrying or maybe suspecting that maybe on top of them being a little bit carefree and irresponsible, that maybe they're keeping some secrets from you, or even that, they're being a bit like the Knight of Wands, that they're kind of playing or talking to other people or seeing other people. And I think maybe you've had a problem with someone, it might be this person, doing something like this in the past, talking to other people or hiding things from you, or it might be someone else that you experienced this with, and that's kind of on your mind. Someone treated you quite badly in the past, and so yeah, this is on your mind. So, and I can see why you'd think that, because if you're calling someone and they're not there, or they're just not available, of course this kind of thing's going to go through your mind, especially if they're being irresponsible in other areas. So if this resonates with you, you do have things that you need to sort out with them, that. But I have to say, I'm not picking up on any cheating or anything like that at this time. That's not to say that... Now, I'm not saying it has happened, but this is not telling me that it hasn't happened in the past or that it won't happen in the future. This is what's happening now, and it's not happening now. So if you're getting that worry, you don't have to have that worry. That's what I'm seeing. So try to clear your mind of any of these kinds of thoughts, but there is a lot to sort out. There really is. At the bottom of all this is that they do love you and you do love them.